Alrighty, time for the inside of Mount Pyre. Yeah, inside Mount Pyre. Basically a place for leveling and a couple items that you may or may not find useful. I know there's at least one item that I will like to use that I can only find in there. So let's set up the repels. And there's a bunch of trainers and wild Pokemon in there, so I recommend packing your repels and a decent amount of healing items. So let's see what we got here. We got a Rhyhorn. Now it's completely out of place. Seriously, what the hell is a Rhyhorn doing here? I don't even... Yeah, he's a weird guy. Not to mention he's wearing a Charizard outfit when there aren't Charizard in Helen, so, you know, he's just kind of a overall bonkers guy, and that was very tedious, and I can only imagine what the rest of it will be like. So, you know what that means. Music.
Hey folks, Dad from the future here, once again speaking over a section of gameplay that my past self did not want to speak over. Now, we're here in Mount Pyre, which is the Hoenn region's burial site. Every region in Pokemon games, except I don't think spin-offs have them, but in the mainline Pokemon games, every region, except for Johto, has a burial site. Kanto has the Pokemon Tower, and then 3 years later they turn it into a radio station, and has Mr. Fuji's kind of spirituality rest house thing that he sets up. And Johto, I think, shares that. Because technically they share a Pokemon League, so if you share a Pokemon League, you probably share a cemetery. I mean, I think that's only reasonable. This has Mount Pyre, obviously. Generation 4 has the Lost Tower, which is south of Salacion. Generation 5 has Celestial Tower, I don't know where that is. And Generation 6 has a route, I think Route 10. And that's an actual legit cemetery, graveyard. It's a grid of tombstones on a field. It makes a whole lot of sense, architecturally speaking. And I think this is actually a pretty neat recurring theme in the Pokemon games, because one, it's an opportunity for them to have Pokemon of the ghost variety pop up and be available in every region. And it's also just nice to know that every region has its own kind of spiritual center for mourning, that kind of people come together and mourn their Pokemon together, and this is a thing in the Pokemon world, whether it's Poke Japan, Poke America, Poke France. It's a thing that they do. And I think that's a neat little piece of world building, even if it's basically an excuse for them to reuse themes and ideas for areas. I think it's nice. Now, there's still like a minute or so left on this section, so I'm going to take this opportunity to point out the impracticality of the architecture in this edifice, I guess. And I guess most of the cemeteries, other than the Kalos one. Some of these tombstones are inaccessible. Like, look to your left. It was there for like a second. There was a tombstone stuck in a corner, surrounded by 3 other tombstones. There is no way to get to that tombstone. Which means there's no way for whoever to mourn whoever is buried there, or is resting in whatever shape or form there. And this is a thing, if you look through the architecture and the tombstone arrangements in a lot of these cemetery areas, there's tombstones that are inaccessible. There are tombstones arranged like a maze rather than in a grid like a reasonable person would arrange them. Who arranged these? I don't know. Did the ghosts rearrange them because they're tricksters? It's possible, but I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. But that's a Pokemon game for you. And honestly, I'd rather have this bizarre maze architecture than a boring grid any day. Anyway, back to the past.
Alrighty, significant plot point. Gonna use that, basically. Shadow Ball, Ghost move, physical, in this generation, special in the 4th generation, and, most importantly, compatible with Selena. And also, most importantly, it's very, very strong. So, Yawn, I'm definitely going to want to hold on to for now. Amnesia, also pretty useful, frankly, but right now I think I want to keep Yawn around. So, leaning Amnesia. And now we have Shadow Ball. Now I can super effectively hit all those ghosts from back when I could actually use this to my advantage. Anywho, down here, there's a bunch of items down here. Nothing really important, frankly, but also we're kind of taking stuff from the graves. And depending on which hole you go in, you may very well fall into the wrong place. The items I just picked up allow you to breed, well, Sea Incense I think is Azumarill and whatnot. I'm not sure about the Lax Incense. I know it works for Snorlax and those guys, and I'm going the wrong way. Snorlax for Munchlax in the 4th gen, but I don't know about this one. Also, let's break in the Super Repels, shift it up there. Use that. It's a good thing I'm out of there. I was running out of PP. At least for Aerial Ace, and yeah. I want to keep Aerial Ace for now. Anywho, that's that, and we can head up there. There's another route down there, but I won't be dealing with it in this segment, obviously, but anywho, that worked well. Repel worked well. That's a rhyme. I hope that I do know it, actually, because I'm a genius. Anywho, going around here, let's... Still got about 3 or 4 minutes, so... I wish I could have a dance party this quickly. Because that's what I would do. I don't know. Just whatever. I've already toured Lily Cove and made fun of everything, so I guess I'll just have to cut this segment short. What do you know? Oh well, I will see you guys next time.